All right, so we're going to look at what's called a prime factorization. Now, there's a few lessons in math that you can miss, and this probably isn't one of them. This just ties in so much with a lot of things you look at later on. So if this is something you're not familiar with or something that is maybe missed, it's definitely something it's important to understand. I like to think of maths as a connection of links. You miss one link along the way, and it just makes your life harder down the track. So this is certainly something that I think is going to be very important to understand. So let's jump into it. If we've got some number, any number, we call, if it's a composite number, now that might be casting your mind back a bit, but a composite number is any number that has factors other than one in itself. So if we look at the number 12, this has lots of factors. One goes into it, two goes into it, three goes into it, four goes into it, six goes into it, and obviously 12 itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to factorize the number 12. So we've got 12, and we're going to call that the product. We could break that into two numbers. It'd be the multiplication of 3 by 4. And so these are the factors. 3 and 4 are factors of 12. Okay, and then you have to ask yourself, all right, are they prime factors? Could we factorize these numbers any further? Well, there's no other numbers other than 3 and 1 that go into 3. So 3 is a prime number, and you might recall that. 4 is not a prime number because I can think of two numbers that multiply together to give 4. And the answer would obviously be 2 and 2. So we can see that 3 times 4 is 12. We could also say that 3 times 2 times 2 is also 12. So what we could say is this: 12 is equal to 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2. Or another way to say this would be 3 multiplied by 2 squared. 2 times 2 is 2 squared. So this part here, 3 times 2 squared, would be our prime factorization of the number 12. I encourage you to do it another way. So think of maybe 6 and 2. But I guarantee you that you'll get the same prime factorization. So maybe try and give that a go. Okay, let's look at another number. Let's look at the number 75. Let's see if we can factorize it. So you're probably screaming at the screen saying 5 is a factor of this. I'm going to take a different factor. I'm going to take 3 as a factor. And I know that 3 is a factor of any number if I add the digits together. So 7 plus 5 is 12. And 12, I know, is divisible by 3. So therefore, 75 is divisible by 3. It doesn't tell me what it is, but it just tells me whether it is divisible by 3. So I know 3 goes into 75. So 3 is one of the factors. Okay, 3 multiplied by what gives us 75? Well, you can work it out, or you can take 75 divided by 3, but hopefully you can work out that that's 25. And 25 times 3 is 75. And then we can break it down even further. We can say 25 is 5 multiplied by 5. So our prime factorization for 75 would be 5 times 5 times 3, which equals 5 squared multiplied by 3. It's our prime factorization for 75. Okay, and then we're going to do a problem. See if you can try this out. So complete a prime factorization of the number 27. Draw a diagram if you like. I think these diagrams help. These diagrams are called factor trees. So they can obviously be very helpful for finding your prime factorization. If you're feeling very confident, you can jump straight to factorizing it. Good luck.